All right, welcome to the Conway Christian Sports Network. I'm Troy Braswell here with my good bud Spencer Gordy, and we're excited to bring to you a little bit of a new wrinkle of our responsibilities here for the Sports Network. We're going to have our first segment of the Coach's Corner. Spencer, tell them what's about to happen.
Well, exciting times ahead. We thought it'd be a good idea to get a little deeper dive, a little more insight and look into from a coach's perspective. So we get to hear from new coach, Coach Netto, and Coach Trimbley. We got to sit down with them earlier, and we're really excited to show you. Man, it got me fired up for basketball season, Troy. I'm ready to go. A lot of newness surrounding this season. As I mentioned, a new girls coach and effectively a new roster on the boys' side, and lots of things to anticipate and look forward to moving ahead this season.
All right, let's jump right into it. Coach, thanks for being here with us this evening. Welcome back to Conway Christian.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, we're excited that you'd be willing to sit down with us. You never know what we're going to say, so we're excited to hear what you have to say. Coach, you've previously been here at Conway Christian, so I'm sure a lot of people are wanting to know what brought you back to Conway Christian.
Well, coming back to Conway Christian, this is my third time. I was here for 4 years and then here for another couple as head boys basketball coach. And just the opportunity to come back to Christian education. I think the Christian aspect of education is the foundation of any education. And my wife's here and my three children are at the elementary school, and they're getting a wonderful education. Being raised up in the admiration of the Lord, and so it's just it's a good fit for us and our family, and the opportunity to become the girls' coach. A lot of history in a short amount of time here, with the girls winning state championship back in I think 2011, and a couple years back, making a title run, getting to the finals, and coming up a little short. So a lot of tradition. And on the girls' side of things, and so just looking forward to getting after it and coaching them hard and them playing hard and letting the results focus on the process, let the results speak for themselves, so to speak.
Coach, welcome back. Glad to have you. Looking forward to the season. While looking forward, what can we expect from a Coach Netto-led group of Lady Eagles?
I think mainly expecting a team that's going to go hard, play fast, get up and down the floor, and kind of three keys for us. And I think in this order this year will be playing smart, playing fast, and playing physical. And those three keys coming together throughout the season, game in and game out, I think will lead to a lot of success for us on the program level all the way through. And I expect, every day at practice, kids come to work hard, make themselves better, and make their team better.
Do you have an identity or a style of play, or is it just dependent on the group that you have? I mean, you mentioned.
Well, you got to play to your personnel, but I do like to get up and down the floor, take what the defense gives you, press the issue a little bit, get to the rim, shoot some threes. I think with the group this year, a lot of guards, I think we should be able to, once we're in shape, I think we'll be able to get up and down the floor and control the tempo and make things happen at the rim.
Can you give us an overview of this team? Lose it from last year. You've lost some production and some leadership. Can you give us a few, kind of a little rundown of who?
So we got some returning players. We are a little young this year. We only have one senior, Cambry Hess. But then we have several juniors that I will think kind of lead the way for us. Chesney Stone and Chloe Davis and John Embry Lee, and then sophomore Lacey Carver, along with several other players, sophomores and three freshmen coming up to kind of fill in to finalize our 11 that we have, and just getting them playing together and learning how each other plays and what each other's strengths are, and where to put our teammates in a good position on the offensive end as far as in a scoring position will be key, and that comes from just time at practice and and not just getting a feel for the game, but getting a feel for the game with certain teammates in the game with you.
So, strengths of this team?
I think strengths will be ball handling, seeing the floor, a lot of vision. I think offensively, being able to distribute it and get the ball to one another and playing together, I think it's going to be a huge strength offensively. I think defensively, I think we'll be able to get up and guard, and whether that's man-to-man half court or 1-2-2 full court, I think we'll be able to move, create some turnovers, create some chaos.
Well, we certainly know that you've got some players that like to create chaos and dive on the floor for the ball. Speaking of games and tournaments that you have coming up this season, any games that you're looking forward to on the schedule other than the first one?
Well, I think getting back into it, it's been about 11 years or so since I've been a head basketball coach. But I think pretty much every game I think is going to be important. I think it's going to be important for us taking one game at a time. Trying not to look too far ahead, but I spent 3 years at Quitman. I didn't do basketball there; I did football there. But so I think those two games are circled. But even myself as the coach, not looking too far ahead in that opportunity to play against coach against him and the kids playing. And I did get to see the game against Quitman here last year, and so. How the girls, how we got behind, but just the grit and the determination. And, I know with a couple minutes to go in the third quarter, they'd cut that score to 5, I think, or 6. And so just seeing that fight possession after possession. So is, I think, a trait that's going to carry over into this year's team. So.
Can't wait. That's exciting to hear. Last question for me. Any goals for the season or the team or you in particular?
I think, always I think the ultimate goal is, you are trying to win a state championship, but there's just so many other things along the way. And as far as the basketball part itself, just focusing on the process, doing the small things, making each day count at practice, making each rep count. Not wasting reps, not developing bad habits, but doing the right thing all the time, and really doing the right thing off the court too leads to doing the right things on the court. And I think this is a great group of kids, and I think they've bought into the process and learning the game together. That will ultimately, I think they can kind of see the vision of it leading to their success, not only for this year but in years to come too.
Well, we're certainly excited to see the young ladies get out there and fight hard like they did last year, and I know they'll play the same way for you. Coach, last question. We opened it up for questions that were texted in during this segment. The last question is this. Will you allow the commentators to call plays during the game? And that was sent in by SG.
I think the commentators sometimes probably call plays as we all watch TV and hear the commentators, right? Sometimes these days the commentators even point out exactly what's happening on the field. It's like if a coach was watching from the other team, they would, pick stuff up here and there, right? But, I think that's just part of being a commentator, right? You got to.
Yeah, I don't know who sent that in,
You got to
Coach.
interact with it a little bit and
That's
have
right.
fun with it, right?
That's right. Well, speaking of having fun, we certainly had fun talking to you and getting to know you this evening. And so for those that are home, we appreciate you joining us for this Coach's Corner, and we're excited for the upcoming season as we cheer on our Lady Eagles. And we're here tonight with our men's basketball coach, Coach Austin Trimbley. Coach Trimbley, welcome to the Coach's Corner.
This is going to be fun. I'm excited. Let's roll.
Absolutely. Coach Trimbley, you're entering your third year at the helm of the boys basketball program, coming off a great, strong season last year that ultimately ended with a first-round loss in regionals. You were the conference runners-up, finished a strong 12-4, made a good run in the district tournament. We kind of have to turn the page, don't we, Coach? That was last year, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. So as we turn that page, what are you excited most about this season?
Every year is exciting, so I'm just most excited about having a new basketball team. We, like we said, we lost a lot of players from last year's team. Every year is a new process, so it's just fun. We we do return Kyle Kane and Bo Campbell from last year's team, who I thought did a really good job and did a great job in the roles last year. It's going to be much different this year. There are 2 lone returning seniors, and then, like I said, we just got a brand new team, and as a coach, you just got to start all over. Don't skip steps. We say champions do the ordinary things better than anyone else, day in, day out. And that's really all we're trying to do. I know that's coach speak, but I try to get my kids fired up about doing the ordinary things with excellence, because we know and we take a lot of time communicating that's what wins games. So that's just always a fun process, and just being truthful and faithful to that process and build a new team.
I think you were replacing approximately 99-point-something% of most of the statistics, right? Where do you expect that production to come from? Give us some names of guys that you expect to be, some big contributors and some guys.
I mean, I guess the old coaching speak. I mean, you want to do it by committee. You want to play together. You want to play to your strengths, and that's all true. A lot of that we'll have to figure out as we go. But I do think we'll have. I'll start with our seniors. Kyle Kane and Bo Campbell. They're both, I think, strong leaders. They're just going to do the little things right. They've been in the program. They've been in the practices every day. They understand the ordinary things that we talk about doing every day. And Bo will provide just some physicality and toughness. I mean, he embraces that, and we love that about him. And then Kyle is. We're really excited about Kyle. I mean, he got some decent minutes as a sophomore, some decent minutes as a junior, but this year I think he's chomping at the bit. He's been really working on a shot, and I think he can provide some versatility for us. And so, and then we had some juniors that got some playing time last year. Unfortunately, Ace Kohler being out this year is going to hurt our team. I mean, we're going to really miss him. And Cruz Hildebrand, he had a good sophomore year practicing, and he'll provide some athleticism. And Noah Morrison's working really hard. And then we have a lot of sophomores. We had a junior high team that going into the very last game of the season on the road, we had a chance to tie for a conference championship regular season, and we ended up losing a close game to the conference champion. So that's a good group coming in, and we can name a lot of guys. Of course, Isaiah Brister was a really good player for us. We'll definitely be counting on him to provide some scoring punch, and we had a lot of other good sophomores. I could just go on. We do have a couple new guys that maybe some people don't know about. One of those is Josiah Achan coming over from Conway. He'll just be a sophomore for us, and he's off to a great start, and he's a great addition to our program. And I think you'll see him having some nice production out there. And Makai Pleasant also sat out last year, and I think he's doing a great job in our program. So those are some new guys that you may not know about, but. Yeah, like I said, we had a good sophomore class. I mentioned Isaiah. Braden Kemper started on that team. Matthew Corbin, Carson Day. We had a good group there. So they're going to be young, but we'll throw them in the fire and figure it out.
Sure. You mentioned identity and having to tweak that a little bit. Can you give us an idea of what that identity looks like offensively?
Yeah,
or defensively?
every year, like we said, is a new identity, and I know, like we said, we do have to turn the page. But you asked how is it going to be a little bit different this year. Jaron Thomas last year, I would say he's probably the best individual defender I've ever coached at any level, whether it's 7A, 5A on down or whatever. It doesn't really matter. He could just take the best player out of the game, and that's rare. And so this year, I do think we've got really good individual defenders. Don't get me wrong. But we're just going to have to be more aware of understanding, like, everybody's got to be ready to help, understand their scouting report. Who can we help off of? Who do we need to stay home on? So I would say just everybody being locked in to their individual assignment and how that fits into team defense is going to be really important this year. And offensively, I'm really excited about our group offensively. I think anytime you have a new team, I really like our pieces. We don't have a lot of experience, so really returning. So really the challenge with that is just chemistry. I feel like they're doing a good job of understanding the system every year. We grow in that and understanding that. So really that's just going to understand like how we need to be playing together, what's working for us, what do we need to tweak, what do we need to adjust. And that's just the fun challenge of coaching every year.
All right, Coach, we're certainly excited about the new additions and some of the returning players that we have. I know that in coach speak, right, we take one game at a time. We don't look ahead.
Whoa, one possession at a time.
There we go, one possession at a time. But us announcers, we like to look ahead and look for the drama. As we look at the schedule coming out for this year, what are some games of note that you see and you go, that's a game I really like?
Yeah, really excited about the schedule this year. I think let's start in non-conference. We've got a couple private school leagues teams down the road that should be fun to play. Hopefully get some good crowds with Baptist Prep and CAC coming in. And then, of course, conference play. Last year, Mount Vernon won the league, and they look like they're going to be really strong again. And you know, just their style of play, just constant pressure from start to finish, always provides a challenge. Quitman's always a fun, just trip down the road. Our fans always like that one. Of course, St. Joe here in town, we usually have great crowds for that. So I would just say those non-conference games and just the normal conference games. We're playing in a Christmas tournament at Rosebud after. It should be fun. That's a new one for us. So we're looking forward to that. And I'm sure there'll be somebody on the schedule that's better than we thought they would be. And that's why we watch film and got to be ready to play every game.
Last question for me, Coach. Any goals that you have for this team moving into the season?
I think goals are fun to talk about. Sometimes as coaches, it's we say, hey, we need to focus on what it takes to win rather than just talking about games. But I think it's exciting to talk about some goals, some championships, and just do a good job of communicating. This is what it takes to win at that level. So. I love coaching every year. It's a new challenge and a new team. And I know it's coaching speak, but I thoroughly love the idea of just trying to get better every day. I think one sign of a good team is that they peak at the end of the year. They keep getting better. And as a coach, that's not easy. That's a challenge. I mean, when you get to February and guys are exhausted, maybe you've won 3 in a row or lost 3 in a row. I don't know what it is, but it's a challenge to come to practice every single day, excited to get better. But that's important to me. I really take that serious and want to make sure that our team just keeps getting better as the year goes on.
Well, Spencer, that was certainly a fun time getting to interview both coaches and hear about what they're looking forward to this upcoming season. And part of that, Spencer, I know we've got a fun event that we want to talk about.
Absolutely. If you're just as fired up as I am now after talking to the coaches, November 4th, there is a blue-white jamboree, scrimmage, call it what you will there, that's going to feature the 7th through 12th grade teams, so 7th grade, junior high, and then junior varsity and varsity teams for intra-squad scrimmages. So you can come check out, root on your favorite Eagle or Lady Eagle, and get a look at this year's teams.
Well, sounds like fun. I know we'll be there and having a blast.
You can find more information on the CCS app, or you can subscribe to the Talon newsletter.
All right, we hope to see you there. Have a good night.